Hi and welcome to the Money Move Studio. Today we're going to chat about the debt repayment hack. We're looking into how you can repay your debt 35% faster than you ought to, saving you time and money. If you enjoy the content, which I'm pretty sure you do, please like and subscribe. A little love goes a long way. Paul, so we have heard that if you pay a little bit extra per month, you can pay your bond off much faster. Is this true? And how much of a difference does it actually make?
Ingrid, it is very true, and it makes a massive difference, especially if you do it whilst drinking coffee. No milk, no sugar, black as is. So we're going to do this exercise with R1,000,000 just for simplicity. But viewers, if you have a R3,000,000 property, you just multiply this by 3. Cool, so here is the exercise. You have R1,000,000 loan. The repayment term is 30 years or 360 months, and the interest rate is 10.5%, which is the average at the moment. So we click go, and here are the results. So the monthly installment is 9,147 Rand a month over 360 terms. The remaining loan balance as of day 0 is still R1,000,000. And if you see through the whole term, so over 30 years, your total interest will be 2.3 million. So the total cost of the loan will be the R1,000,000 original loan plus the 2.3 million Rand that accrued over 30 years. That brings us to a total of 3.3 million Rand for this loan. Now, Ingrid, now we put only 1,000 Rand extra towards the loan. So instead of paying 9,147 Rand, you are now paying 10,147 Rand. Let's look at the results. So the remaining term will be 228 months. So you have saved 132 months or 11 years of this bond. You are now repaying the loan in 19 years as opposed to 30 years. That's 11 years faster. Then the total interest, instead of paying 2.3 million in interest, you only pay 1.3 million interest. In other words, you're saving almost R1,000,000 in interest. And the total cost of the loan will be, instead of 3.3 million, will now be 2.3 million. So the total result, by putting in only 1,000 Rand extra, you have saved 11 years in repayment term, and you have saved almost R1,000,000 Rand in interest. That is incredible.
Viewers, if you are as impressed by this as much as I am, please find the link in the description below and we will send you the calculator straight to your inbox so that you can play around with your own sommetjies. So Paul, my question is actually just delving deeper into the numbers you just gave me, because how can just 1,000 Rand in difference a month, so 9,000 to 10,000 Rand is not a lot, it's not a massive difference. How can that have such a big impact on almost saving you 11 years in repayment as well as R1,000,000 Rand in interest? It kind of, the math isn't mathing for me, so please explain.
So yeah, Ingrid, it seems like the same thing. 9,000, 10,000, what's the difference? How can it make such a big impact on your loan? Well, the answer lies in the amortization table. We all did it in math in high school. What the amortization table shows you is the repayment of your loan month on month. It shows you how much you pay back, and then it also shows you the repayment every month and how that repayment is split between the interest portion of what you pay back as well as the capital redemption. So for example, if you pay back 9,000 Rand, maybe 8,500 Rand is interest, 500 Rand is capital redemption. So let's look at the numbers in the example I just gave you. So once again, you have R1,000,000 Rand loan, 360 a month or 30 years repayment term, 10.5% interest. So that gives you 9,147 Rand per month. Now let's bring up the amortization table. So the amortization table now shows us how this 9,147 Rand is split every single month. And this is a very sad but a very real figure. So 8,750 will go towards interest, and you're only paying back almost 400 Rand a month. So you think you're paying back 9,100, but you're not. You're only paying back 400 Rand a month. And as I also discovered myself with my home loans, this is excluding the banking fees as well as the account. You have to pay for your home loan account. In my case at Absa, it's 220 Rand a month, and the transaction fees and the banking costs are about 80 Rand a month. So that's 300 Rand a month. So back to the example, you think you're paying back 9,100 Rand a month. You're actually only paying back 400 Rand a month, and then you minus the 300 Rand for the total banking fees. So you, my friend, are paying back 100 Rand a month of a R1 million loan. And that is why it takes 30 years. That sucks. So in the first 5 years, Ingrid, basically 95% of all your repayments goes purely towards interest and banking charges. You're not making a dent in this loan. But here's the secret. So what if you pay the extra 1,000 Rand? So here's the math. You are paying back 9,100 Rand a month. You're actually only paying back 100 Rand a month. But now you put in an extra 1,000 Rand. And that 1,000 Rand goes directly to capital redemption. That 1,000 Rand is not split between interest and capital, it's purely capital. So now your total repayment goes from 100 Rand a month, capital redemption, to 1,100 Rand a month. And that's an 11x, 11 times more. And that is why, over time, it makes such a massive difference. That is why you save 11 years, and that is why you save almost R1 million in interest.
So this does seem like the ultimate hack, but now I have to give you a different scenario. What is your opinion? Should we invest that extra 1,000 Rand into the stock market, because I know you love stocks, or should I take that extra 1,000 Rand and actually just pay off my bond faster?
So Ingrid, of course, firstly, it depends on what you actually invest in. People on Instagram, what they do is they take the best fund over the last 30 years. Not everyone invested in the best fund, obviously, and then they do like a projection. So like, if you invest this amount of money for 30 years, and then they throw big numbers on the screen, then you get this massive amount of money and it's better than the home loan. Well, not everything in life is an Excel spreadsheet. That is not how it works. Life is just not as simple. There's market crashes. The market is very volatile. People are emotional. People lose their jobs. People are not sophisticated. They will YOLO into Bitcoin and gold and some tech stock at its very highs and then see it crashing down and they lose all the money and then they sell, and as they sell, the market starts recovering and they're out of the market and they don't get the upside. This is all part of reality. So for me, of course, the most of my money is in the stock market. I love the stock market. But for me, I prefer to put the extra 1,000 Rand in my bond. Why? Because firstly, debt is guaranteed. Like, you know, if you pay the 1,000 Rand back, you just saw the amortization table, that's not going to change whatever the market does. You know it's a guaranteed saving, you know it's guaranteed interest that you save. Secondly, property is a tangible investment. It's easy to understand. It's 4 walls and a roof. It's not the markets, and it doesn't go through periods. Your bond is your bond. That is what it is. Thirdly, especially for older people, your home is a safe haven. It gives people the sense of comfort that over the last 20 years, I paid off my loan. This is my house. It's an emotional investment. It's an asset for me. And that, for me, makes a massive difference to my emotional state. So all in all, what is my answer? My answer is, if you are buying a house, then this is an absolute no-brainer to commit the extra bit of money to your home loan. If it's 9,000 Rand, make it 10. If it's 15, make it 16. If it's 20,000 Rand, make it 21, 22,000 Rand. And the benefits in terms of time and in terms of interest is incredible.
By just paying off your bond with 1,000 Rand a month extra a month, you can save up to 11 years on your bond and almost R1 million in interest. Sounds like a plan. We'll see you next episode. Cheers!